Okay. Whoa, I love it. You dancing. You dancing. I love it. I love it. Listen, every single morning that you get up, every single day that you wake up, you have to wake up with that same type of energy, that same type of passion. I don't care what's going on in your life right now. I don't care what happened yesterday. At this very moment, this is the most important moment of your life. Why? Because you can change your future by what you think on the inside. You can change everything for your future based upon what type of mood and what type of response you have to every single situation. Listen, in order to become the best you that you can be, you must always think the best. You must always think the highest. You can't think on average. You got to think on excellence. On every single thing that you do, on every single day, you always think, how high can I go? And I want to tell you a quick story. There was a young man who was about 6 years old. And he went to his father, and he told his father he wanted to play in the NFL. And his father went and got him a Herschel Walker video. So we put the VHS tape in, I'm watching it, and Herschel Walker did push-ups and sit-ups every single day. Every single day. And so this boy realized that his dad said, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, and I gotta do this. And if I do these things, then I'll get to the NFL. And so every single day, that boy did push-ups and sit-ups. He did 1,500 push-ups a day and 2,500 crunches a day. And then one day, his stomach was hurting so bad that his mother took him to the hospital. And they ran x-rays, they did tests. They said, ma'am, nothing's wrong with your son. She said, no, he's crying. Something's wrong with my son. And then the doctor said, well, what is your daily routine? What are you doing on a daily basis? And then the boy started to tell the doctor, and he got a little scared because the boy's mother told him to stop doing push-ups and sit-ups because he was doing too many. And so the boy started going into his bedroom when it was time to go to bed, and he would close the door and do his push-ups and sit-ups. But this boy had a passion, he had a dream. Fast forward, he ended up playing Division I football. In his junior year of playing Division I football, he was arrested for assault, resisting arrest. Has anybody ever done anything wrong before? Okay, any mistakes before? This table, this is the perfect table right here. This is the perfect, I'm gonna stand right here so I can get some of this perfection right here on this table right here, right? So you've made a mistake. So this boy made a mistake, right? He was under the influence of alcohol and drugs, and he went to jail, and he was facing felony charges, about to lose his Division I scholarship. So you think maybe he might have learned his lesson. You think maybe he might have learned his lesson. Fast forward his senior year, he's still doing the same type of stuff, and now somebody loses their life. Now somebody dies. Now this is on Sports Center. Now this is on ESPN. 1 second can change your life. For the better or for the worse. And so here this young man is, ready to go try out for the NFL, and they say you're a good athlete, but we have issues about your character. We wonder about your character. So everything that he had built towards, everything he had worked for is now in jeopardy because of his character. Long story short, that young man never made it to the NFL. He signed a contract to play Canadian Football League. The Canadian team went bankrupt. That young man I'm talking about is myself. And on the day that my father called me and said, did you hear the news? I said, what news? They said the Ottawa Renegades went bankrupt. I was like, oh, okay. And I was just quiet. I said, what's that mean? When does camp start? You know, my dad was like, no, they went bankrupt, son. I'm like, okay, I signed a contract. He said, no, bankrupt means they don't have any money. So you can have every contract you want to have, but you're not getting paid, son. My dad taught me a lot. I remember one thing he told me. He said, no matter what you do, never quit. Never quit. No matter what you do, son, he said never quit. He taught me a lot, but the one thing that's got me to where I'm at today, the one thing that has universities bring me in to speak, the one thing that has me on my first book, working on my second book, the one thing that helped me develop my app, the one thing that helped me develop who I am today is that I will never quit. No matter what, I won't quit. I won't quit. I won't quit. I will not quit. Why? Because I believe that if I'm standing here today and I'm breathing right now, there's greater that I can do and there's greater that I can be. So I'm going to figure out how to do it. I'm going to figure out how to get there. It doesn't matter where you were yesterday. All that matters is that where you are right now and where you plan on being tomorrow. That's all that matters. And so I encourage you today, when you leave this place, take 1, take 2, take 3, I don't know, take 20 things from this message. And I encourage you to take it and become the best you can be. But let me caution you. The only you can be is the you can see. So you have to see yourself as being better. You have to see yourself as being greater. So create a vision board. My wife has a vision board in our room at home. It's a big old board with pictures on it and everything like that. I ain't gonna say what it says on it, but she got some visions on there. Create a vision board and then go out there and do it.
How do you overcome losing everything?
Losing everything.
That's a great question.
When you lose everything, remember, if you lost everything, you're still alive. I'm gonna say it again. If you lost everything, you're still alive. So when you get home or whenever, that paper right there, take that paper and put you on it. Matter of fact, just put me, right? Because if you lost everything and you're still here, which means you still have on the inside of you the power to create everything and to create even more than what you had before. To create more, right? And so I know we're not in church, but I'm telling you right now that if God allowed it to be taken away, that means He's setting you up to give you more than what you had before. To give you more than what you had before, right? Because I can't relate on your level because I haven't lost everything like that, but I will tell you that when I lost football, and some of you might understand, when I lost football, my dad would tell you that I felt like I lost everything. I was in my mother-in-law's house, living in my mother-in-law's house, and I fell to my knees and I cried because I wasn't good in school like my brother. So I didn't think I was smart. I thought I was dumb. So I'm like, how am I going to provide for my family? And I lost my only thing that I can provide for. I lost everything, and I'm on my knees crying in the kitchen, tears. I said, what am I going to do now? How am I going to feed my kids? How am I going to take care of my wife? Then from that point, I left from entertaining people to now I enlighten people. From that point, I got up from football and I went on to get my master's degree. I went on to become an author. I went on to become a motivational speaker. I went on to start my own company. I went on to come up with my own app. I went on to do greater things than I did before. But first, I had to pick myself up and say, what can I learn from this? So I say, stay encouraged. I'm going to give you my number before we leave that. Stay encouraged. Because if you lost everything, you're still here, this means you have more to create. And it'll be better. It'll be greater than anything you've ever had before. Stay encouraged. Keep pushing.
Put your hands together for DJ.